And a good morning to everybody. Welcome to the Graded Morning Experience. I am your host, the Chief Justice of the Octopops, and there's Xavier over there.
Hello. How is everybody doing today?
Are you getting enough oxygen? Wait, that's another show. Shit. Stealing ideas. We can't do that. It's terrible.
Moltar, can we steal that? Oh, wait, we haven't stolen him yet.
And we don't have a Moltar. Damn.
It's just a matter of time before I take him.
I know. You know what? Good night, everybody. No. So it's a fine Tuesday morning. We are here. We made it through the Easter holiday, and I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah. I'm just looking. Micah said we were late, maybe by a minute or so. Holy Ninja, hello. Good to see you. Greg Urban, very late, very cab. That's terrible. Nobody wants to be cab. You guys having cocaine for breakfast? Well, we know what that means.
I said the secret word.
He said the secret word, and so it's we gotta. Where's it at? I need to reorganize some of these because they're weird.
Cocaine.
Never gets old.
Nope.
And there's Lakeem. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good. Got Mr. Statistical Zero, a bird that knows how to draw. I'm still flabbergasted by that. It's an amazing situation.
Oh, yeah.
And there's your bully. Your bully is here.
Yay! Hey, Leo, how you doing?
She's gonna say, where's the 15-0 video that I want so badly?
Hey, I showed that gods can bleed.
We are not, because we are not cab. Sorry,
I don't know, Greg. Why don't you write your next book about it?
Oh, dang, Greg, take that. Not you, Gregory Urban. This other guy we called. This is Bears that we're now calling Greg.
Yeah, Greg
Ooh, damn. She's already adding to the lore. Oh, and 16, dude. What's up?
Oh my God! How many rounds? How many rounds do you take off, Dunk?
It's probably more than you. I think he's legitimately taken two or three, maybe four. Not in a row, obviously, because that would be
off of his Nago.
I think it was off his Nago.
I'm just saying, everybody's like, "Oh no, don't make me fight Dunk." I'm like,
I'm going to stop you. I'm going to pause you right there. I'm going to mute you because you're going to say something and it's going to get you in trouble. So
I'm just saying that don't nobody want to fight Dunk, but I'll fight Dunk. I'm not afraid of him.
Okay, that's great and all, but there was people said I'm not afraid of Mike Tyson. They still hit the canvas. I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
So I'm willing to have the difficult fights.
Yeah, we know. We've seen you play on Twitch, and what does that usually end up doing? You getting frustrated, you getting mad, then you have to, go get defibrillated or something. I don't know. There you go. That's what. See, once again, the bully starts. Ooh, Bear's got his new book out.
Damn. My days are numbered here at Graded Point 5.
Well, no, we don't have a problem with homosexuals, just cab. And even then, it's just like, we just calling them gay. Hey guys, just finished watching the first 2 episodes of Spy Family. It is a good one. Oh, it's a good thing you showed up because, I think me and Xavier are in agreement. That show is tremendous.
Oh, absolutely.
I went in, did not know what it was like. It was literally like we were hanging out in the Discord because I think Liquid had just got done doing his TISM work on the new overlays that he's working on. By the way, you guys have no idea. Pay attention to to our Twitch channels coming up, dude. It's going to be freaking amazing. Some of the stuff that's being planned right now. But when he was taking a break, he said, "Hey, let's watch this." He said, "I guarantee you'll like it."
Oh, yeah.
It has been a long time since I've watched a brand new anime. And it's been a long time since I laughed as hard as I had at an anime.
Man, you were in stitches, man. You were dying.
Dude, it was great.
Yeah. Papa is a liar.
But he's a cool liar.
Yeah.
I want a gun with a silencer. Sure, if we can afford it.
We're getting an unencrypted message. What is it? This is Twilight. Catch me if you can. What? Oh no, have I been compromised?
That was hilarious. She's just the girl was sending messages to his enemy.
Whoops.
But it gave us an opportunity to see how badass he was. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just come in there and fucking wreck shit.
Mm-hmm. And then we get to meet the quote mother in the next episode, and that was amazing too. Just he shows up with a busted head open. His head's busted wide open because he just got away from he has stole some art from some art thieves, right?
Yeah, it's a smuggling ring.
Yeah, so he comes to this party. His head is busted wide open. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I had a what did he say? I had a run in with one of my patients. I'm a therapist, by the way."
Yeah.
So the whole thing is like he's a therapist, and he just like people constantly want to beat the crap out of him.
Oh, it's concussive therapy. Some people just have really strong psychological episodes, and I have to beat them back to reality. It's the newest technique. Some people in this world could do with a little concussive therapy. They might get better.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely funny how she bought everything he said, hook, line, and sinker. Like, this should not be working, but it's funny. To be honest, it reminded me of all the best parts of Burn Notice.
That's actually, yes, absolutely. Burn Notice was a fantastic show early on. Wouldn't you say probably later seasons it started getting like kind of a downhill trend, but the first 3 or 4 seasons were just awesome?
I would say that the first 5 are just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The 6, I believe it ran 8 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
The 6th season was kind of weak. 7 and 8 were bad. The last season was the worst. Like, I loved Burn Notice. I have almost the entire series on DVD. Mm-hmm. The first episode of the last season, I stopped watching. And then I went and I just looked up the synopsises of the rest of it to see if it got any better. Mm-hmm. It did not. I have not seen the last season of Burn Notice. I've only read the episode descriptions. And it's like, this is fucking awful. I don't want to watch this. Yeah. And the last half of the season before that was not very good either. This is just painful to watch. Mm-hmm. Can we go back to when Burn Notice was basically a modern version of the A-Team, but with Bruce Campbell? Mm-hmm. Like, casting Bruce Campbell as effectively Mr. T. Yeah. With a ballsy decision, but it worked out pretty well. Mm-hmm.
Even had like a little was it a 1 or 2 episode offshoot?
They had a made-for-TV movie, which is all about Bruce Campbell, called the Fall of Sam Axe. Yeah. And,
I think I remember from the first episode when after he got burned and Michael got burned and everything. Like when they went to Sam for the first time, I think he actually said, "I don't even know if Sam's his real name." Yeah.
Such a great show. So is Spy Family.
Yeah, Spy Family is tremendous, and it like I said, never have I laughed so hard, for a brand new thing. It was so freaking good.
Oh yeah.
And from everything that I have, wait, that ain't the right image. I was about to grab an image, but it was a meme image. It's like, no, wrong one. Give me a second.
Oh.
There it is.
Load the image.
There it is. Found it.
Load the image, Kronk.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the image. The meme edit. Cusco's meme edit. The edit made by Cusco in Photoshop.
I'm just going to give a quick, because when people think, it's like, oh man, this show's going to be great, and just some things I've looked into already, not trying to spoil myself too much,
Yeah.
All I got to say is, you have no idea.
Man, look at that boy. That boy fucking huge.
Mm-hmm. That's a big boy.
Krista Blue says, "What up, boys? It's my birthday today. Well, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday! I am so glad that you had a birthday. I'm going to tell you something on your birthday. One thing you have to remember. It's very important. Stay away from
fat broads and horse-faced lesbians."
Man, it's been a while since we used that one. Still good though.
This is not that anime, and you never bring that up again.
Yeah. Hell's wrong with you, man?
Don't worry, this will restore your faith in with little girls and dogs in anime.
Oh yeah.
From everything that I've kind of looked up already.
Leo says she's low-key traumatized by little girls and dogs in anime.
Well,
all the ways you control the FMA fan base with just that concept alone. Yeah, I believe it.
Mm-hmm. But when something new comes out, there's always going to be detractors and trolls and things of that nature. Which brings us to this.
Somebody did a bad.
Yeah, somebody did a bad. Yeah, somebody did a bad. It's like, has Spy Family really been canceled by TikTok? No, it has not. Just to let you know.
Spoiler, nope.
Yeah. Despite only just airing the first episode, but we're at 2 episodes now. But this is a little bit older article. Spy Family looks to be set to be one of the biggest animes of 2022, which I agree with. At least that's what we thought. A controversial TikTok has gained traction online, and now fans are genuinely worried about Spy Family being canceled. Spy Family is sexualized, according to TikTok. 2 days ago, a TikTok went viral claiming that Spy Family's Anya was sexualized through her interaction with her father Lloyd in the first episode. Almost immediately, the anime community rallied in defense of the series. To the vast majority of people, the moment highlighted the viral TikTok is as far from sexualization as you can find, simply showing a happy father and daughter together.
Yeah, show me you didn't have a family growing up.
Mm-hmm. And of course, this is just a tweet of somebody talking about the TikTok, because I believe that person took that TikTok down.
Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Which don't go bothering this person. This person might be one of those people that's deliberately trying to stir up shit for attention. Yeah. I believe they're referred to as cannibal trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fuck with them. Don't just leave them alone.
Mm-hmm.
Let them just be sad.
Yep, just want to be sad. They're trying to get reactions, and if you don't give them a reaction, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go away where they belong. Many people acknowledge that the initial TikTok comes from a baiting account that consistently posts unpopular opinions to try to go viral. However, as with many online trends, the discussion has gained momentum of its own. See, that's one of the problems when you do a troll like that. There's going to be those actual genuine people who come out and like, yes, I agree.
This thing is popular. Now's my chance.
Mm-hmm. There are so many people online criticizing the idea of Spy Family being canceled that it's actually almost impossible to find anyone suggesting that it might be. It's not going to be canceled because they bring up a good point in this article, which I think, yeah. No fans can rest assured that Spy Family is not getting canceled. In fact, Spy Family already looks to be set to be one of the popular anime of the year. The first episode received an excellent 3.1 rating. I don't know where that came from, but okay. The first episode trending in Japan and across the world. The series has already been lined up for 2. What is that?
Anime cores. That means that it's going to get 26 episodes.
Okay. Although the exact number of episodes Spy Family is unconfirmed, there are no suggestions that there will be any changes to the anime based on the Spy Family manga by Tetsuya Endo. I think I got that right. I think I said that right.
Good job.
Following this viral moment, we also wouldn't expect anything. Anime producers, I'm going to highlight this for the rest of the world. Anime producers very rarely read feedback from outside of Japan, and many people expect this discussion to die down in a few days. But the very important part of it, that one right there, anime producers very rarely react to feedback from outside Japan. That means they don't care what you think.
The only time they care about it is when the American localizer is on the production committee.
Yeah.
And they kind of voice those things to those people, which very rarely has an effect, but there have been a few cases where it have. But with this story, there's nothing wrong going on here.
Right.
Nothing is wrong here. Shut up.
That's right.
To be honest, as far as popular anime getting knee-jerk reactions from weirdos, this isn't even the worst. It seems like the Shield Hero, I think, got it. And Goblin Slayer got it the worst. And since then, shows that have gone even more extreme, like World's End Harem and Redo of Healer, got almost nothing.
Yeah.
Like even Shield Hero Season 2, some people are complaining about the season premiere. And even that's kind of quiet.
Right.
It's not like it was. And it might be some of these people realizing that, yeah, their knee jerks don't really affect anything.
Yeah.
Uzaki got backlash too, but I don't think when Uzaki comes back for her next season, I don't think it'll be as bad.
Well, to tie this up a little bit, I'll put it this way, and Mata said it best. If that's sexual to you, you belong behind bars. Because my thing is, if you find a father looking at his daughter with a proud moment, and she's blushing because she's probably for the first time getting positive reinforcement, and you see that as sexualization, a probably late 20s, early 30s man taking care of his 6-year-old, and you find that as sexualized, you have problems. Go to therapy.
The other thing is the blush can honestly mean anything, and it's just a visual way of showing emotion.
Right.
And she was flushed with emotion.
Yeah, she was happy she got positive reinforcement for probably the first time in her life,
Oh no, I'm being sold off. Behave and I won't sell you.
Well, just let Bear's leg. It's like got backlash from frumpy fat lesbians that hate it when other women are prettier than them, which is why they're angry all the time.
Yeah, that's true. They were really mad that there was a stacked 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Like short women aren't built like that. Here's Kaho Shibuya, who is literally built like that and that height.
Mm-hmm.
And Micah mentions they called Shield Hero a MGTOW fantasy, if he remembers right. Yes, because the false R-word accusation against him that you knew was false from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the percentage of actual false accusations are no. It was literally no. You knew it was fake. You knew it was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fantasy about it. It was no. This is a thing that really happened. He was being persecuted.
Yeah. Let's see. Hatch. By the way, Hatch, good to see you, man. Shield Hero is legit exactly what happened to Vic Mignogna. Yep. Oh, we got a $5 super chat from the anime guy. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. The TikToker probably believed their father would return from the cigarette run, when in reality the mother filed for divorce and hates people.
Well, maybe if they passed their exams, Dad would come home and tell them, "Good job, you made it." Mm-hmm. You couldn't even memorize the answers on the test.
And what's another little aside. Now, I will tell you this: like, Spy Family will give you because the first episode doesn't have an intro, right? It just kind of drops you into it, which I think you said most animes do now, right?
Yeah, a lot of them on their first episode will just here's a logo and 5 seconds of jingle for what's going to be the main theme.
Yeah, and then we saw the intro in the second episode. And I'm gonna tell you, if all you saw was the intro, the first 30 seconds of the intro, you're thinking, "Oh, this is just slice of life stuff."
Oh yeah, right? It was like animated in crayon.
Yeah, and then you get to the hard stuff. You're like, "Holy shit!"
Oh, it's a little girl that likes spy stuff, and so she's imagining her world is bigger than it actually is. No.
Yeah, no. Everything you're seeing is actually happening.
Yeah, a woman would never, lie and willingly destroy somebody's life for personal, political, or financial gain. That's not a thing that happens.
Mm-hmm. So, Bear says, Shield Hero is a MGTOW fan because, as we all know, women never lie and manipulate to get their way, especially about EPAR, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not like a trial going on right now about stuff like that, right? It currently is there. About false accusations and things.
I still think that's funny that no matter what happens, she could still be the ambassador for domestic violence.
Is he like, don't do this, or seriously, don't do this?
Yeah.
That'll be there for their birthday on the 45th of Neverwhere.
Oof. I like the 13th month.
Yeah.
Stupid March weather.
I'm going to say stupid March weather.
Do not touch Willie. Good advice.
Apparently, there was some March weather going on around the nation this weekend. I was told in Ohio that it was apparently snowing sideways yesterday.
That sounds like Ohio. 20 unique individual weather seasons. 18 of them god awful.
My mom was watching a show, and it takes place in Michigan, and they said you can literally have all 4 seasons in one day in Michigan.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's that. Like I said about the Spy Family, the controversy it really is a controversy at the end of the day. And while yes, don't bother the person, because they're obviously. I'm glad they ate shit on this situation.
They ate so much shit.
I'm really glad that they just ate all the shit because they deserved everything they got.
They ate so much shit that their response about it was, I just didn't know what sexualized means. That's their backpedal.
Yeah, their backpedal like, I don't know what sexualized means. Then the same person did another TikTok, well, I think it was like a day ago, we're talking about there's no black people in this show.
There's only like 2 episodes out right now, maybe 3.
Yeah, there's only 2 episodes, and also it's implied. I think in the manga, it's implied this takes place in European countries.
Yeah,
there's a Cold War going on, right?
Yeah,
And of course, during Cold Wars, that's when they get the most. That's when the most spy shit happens. So. And I kind of agree. I agree with Anime Guy. Well, I can say this much: I'm pre-ordering the English translation of the Spy Family manga. I want to read it now.
I was at Walmart and I saw like volume 7.
Wow, already?
I think it was volume 7. It was pretty far along, so it's been running for quite a bit. Then I found out it's I guess it's a Shonen Jump story.
Yeah.
At least it's on the Shonen Jump app. It may be running on one of their other publications because Shueisha runs like a new episode or not new episode. New chapter just came out a couple days ago.
In Walmart? Yeah. Walmart do carry manga.
Yeah, you gotta go to their book section.
They absolutely do.
So right next to the Christopher Hart art books that you should not buy.
Yeah.
And the Golden Girls coloring book.
And there's a Sugar Chris. Dude, hey, what's up, man? I ain't heard from you in a long time. Hope you're doing well, buddy. There's a controversy around Spy Family. I want to watch that anime with my niece. It looks like we both enjoy it. Yes. Absolutely watch it. Absolutely. Yes.
Now, another one you should totally watch is Your Boy Kong Ming.
Dude, that was so good.
Yeah. Dude,
Imagine a master strategist reverse isekaiing to the current year in Japan during Halloween.
Yeah, he doesn't seem out of place because, oh yeah, totally. You're dressing up as a general for the Three Kingdoms era. That makes perfect sense. And he thinks he's in hell.
Yeah, he thinks he's in hell because the first thing do is like 2 guys try to get him drunk. He's like, "I will." What did he say? "I will accept my penance." Like,
oh yeah, because they poured fucking tequila down his mouth and it burned the shit out of his throat.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, he's gonna get super punchy. And the funny thing was, he didn't get into any fights. I'm like, man, to drink that much tequila and not get into a fight takes an incredible amount of restraint. Who is this man?
And what I like about it is like me and Tofu were talking about it. Is that one thing I really enjoyed about that show was that it was a reverse isekai where he comes back as himself. He doesn't come back as like a frail young boy who can't do anything and has to learn the ways of the land. He comes back as himself, still has to learn the ways of the land, but he's not helpless.
Yeah,
and he learns very quickly how to do things. So basically, this to give you a quick breakdown, the quickest, dirtiest breakdown of the whole thing. Master strategist from the Three Kingdoms era comes to current year Japan and is going to take this girl who he likes the way she sings and basically make her a superstar.
Yeah. He's going to use fucking tactics and war strategy to be her manager, which is a legit thing you can actually do because there is precedent for that. And that opening is so fucking fire. Like I didn't even care what the show was about. As soon as I saw the opening, I'm like, I'm watching this.
Yeah.
We only watched the first episode, so you didn't even get to see the opening.
Right.
But and you liked it. So good. So those are definitely 2 shows you want to watch: is Spy Family and Your Boy Kong Ming.
And I'm sure this weekend we'll probably watch some more.
Oh yeah.
But we're definitely watching that new episode of Spy Family.
Say, because we were going to watch some more Kong Ming the other night. We were waiting for you, but then Liquid got into Mortism, and
more the OBS.
He never came down.
Dude, there was I think it was like Sunday night, going into Monday. Yeah, he said, "Okay, I'm done for the night," and then all Tofu asked was like, "Hey, show so and so this real quick." Okay, and then he worked for another 3 hours on it.
Oh yeah, it's gotten to the point where there's sometimes I don't want to hang out there just because he's talking so much OBS. Like I don't want to talk about OBS all the time. Like I'm jazzed for him that he's developing this skill, and he's like, in less than a week, he's gone from okay, so what do I do to okay, check this out. Here's what I've done. I've basically just reinvented the wheel, and the wheel is better now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not wrong.
Okay. I think it's the best way to describe it. He reinvented the wheel, and then put rubber on it and made a tire, and now it runs smooth.
But I had wheel already. But watch this. No, that is definitely better.
Yeah, exactly.
And
hey, Iggy, what's going on, man?
What is up?
But yeah. So, guess what, Xavier? Switch gears a little bit. I got something new for you.
Are we?
I got a double. I got kind of a double feature.
Oh,
there it is.
What?
Now,
are you telling me that a mainstream comics character has recently come out as gay as a marketing stunt?
Well, maybe not gay per se, but has a gender reveal.
Oh no!
Or a orientation reveal, I guess would be a better word for it.
Is it an established character that's been around for at least 20 years with plenty of evidence to the contrary?
Yes.
Oh no! And is it all a pointless marketing gimmick?
Yes.
What? But that's never been done before, except for the times that it has, and it definitely worked then because it didn't.
Are you ready?
Henshin! Let's do it.
There it is. Green Arrow's son, Connor Hawke, officially comes out as asexual. You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you would remember this or not. You might, because you seem to know like old things that I know, and you're younger than me, and you shouldn't, but you do.
Yeah.
Do you remember when? Okay, this is back when Saturday Night Live was still good.
Yeah.
And it probably had its best cast since the 70s at this point. We're talking. This is the year of like Kevin Nealon, Norm Macdonald. Those guys.
So that would have been like mid-late 90s.
Yeah. So, framing. They were doing this thing where they were talking about dating and stuff like that. It's like, and they were doing the whole thing. It's like, yes, I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm doing that. So Tim Meadows, you remember Tim Meadows, right?
Yeah.
At the time, I think Tim Meadows and Chris Rock were on there around the same time.
So it would have been before Chris Rock's show or after Chris Rock's show?
Before. Definitely before.
Okay, so this is definitely going to be mid-90s.
Yeah. So he comes running into the middle of the conversation. He says, guess what, guys? I'm asexual. And he looks at the camera. Asexual. What was funny was because the reason I remember this is because I was in high school at the time. And I think we were in biology. And just that week before, we had learned about asexual reproduction. Which is what asexual really means, right?
Yeah.
And not to dog on people, the ones who I do identify as asexual legitimately. It's just that they're just not a sexual person. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's when the human equivalent of asexuality is like they're just not a sexual person. Like, I might be butchering that to a degree, but that's the simplified.
Like, to be perfectly honest, the idea of a person being asexual.
Yeah.
Or even in this case, Green Arrow's son being asexual, like, he's just a Sigma male. He's got that Sigma grind set. Mm-hmm. I don't need none. I don't need no women. I don't need no sex. I don't need to jerk it. All I need is to be super fucking Chad all the time and all that goofy shit that some of the Sigmas believe.
Yeah. Hey, Kev, by the way, but he said Connor was a monk the last time I read him being asked as part of the job. Well, it seems to me like everything that I did some research, and I can't tell that he's ever had a relationship with anybody, male, female, whatever, right? Except for his loving his father and mother and stuff like that.
Let's see. Hunter Iggy asks, do you guys mean Speedy from Teen Titans? I mean,
no.
Speedy became Arsenal, and he had a wife and a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they took both of those things away to be fucking assholes, so they could take his arm and get him fucked up on heroin.
Mm-hmm. No, Dad. Connor is a different character. He took over as Green Arrow when Ollie died. And Speedy is Roy Harper. Yeah. Micah. So you guys say I don't like funny. You got people who legit don't like sex. But the best part, wait till I read this article. That's the best part. Dude, there's going to get a part where I'm going to laugh. You're going to laugh, Xavier. And I guarantee you, for different reasons, Micah and Lidl are going to laugh. And there are people going to be wondering why, and we're never going to say. So let's get down to it.
Let's get down to business.
Okay. Connor Hogg, the son of Oliver Queen. By the way, if you see something interesting in the chat, let me know so I can highlight it. Connor Hogg, son of Oliver Queen and the second Green Arrow, will come out as asexual in Think of Me, a story in the DC Pride 2022 anthology. Don't you find it funny that they're all of a sudden everybody wants to do an anthology about being prideful?
Oh, yeah. Did you hear that Black Cat is now bi?
Dude, I did like the Friday episode. I talked about that. Legit, I was like, that's funny. That's never ever been mentioned before, ever.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. You could just tell me that Black Cat is just made of sex, and I'm like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it feels like, okay, Black Cat's making out with this woman. She's probably doing it to get a dude hot. Like, there's another dude in the room, and she's trying to get him Randy, and it's like, makes out with chicks. So, is this doing it for you? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Surely God is rethinking the rainbow. Okay, so yeah,
I wouldn't even attach an orientation. I just like, Black Cat just likes sex.
Mm-hmm.
She just likes to fuck.
Yeah, she just likes banging.
Yeah.
Anyway, Green Arrow's son, Connor Hogg, will come out as asexual in DC's upcoming Pride 2022. Do you really come out as asexual? I mean, I think whoever you're coming out to is, we notice you don't date like anybody.
I don't think you would come out as asexual as much as you would inform.
Yeah.
Or just like, here's some literature for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking pamphlet. So I don't have sex. Cool.
Mm-hmm. According to them are going to tell us what them thinks.
Oh no. Them, the ants? Giant ants? Someone call Earth Defense Force! Giant ants have taken over comics!
It makes sense now!
Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. According to the Giant Ants, one of the stories featured in the upcoming DC Pride 2022 anthology will see Hawk, son of Oliver Queen and successor to the Green Lantern Mantle, come out as asexual in a story called Think of Me. Coming from Rose Stein, Ted Brandt, and Frank Wu. Chekhov. I mean, he's Chekhov now. Think of Me follows Hawk as he fights Music Meister while he also writes a letter to his mother about coming out. Now, don't you find like you're fighting a supervillain while he's like, "Dear mother, how are you today?"
Know how you've been pestering me about grandchildren? Well, I have something to tell you.
Yeah. I was aware of the logistics of the letter. I like how he puts it in.
I'm not gonna lie. It's entirely possible that her mom could his mom could probably accept him being gay, but him just like not being sexual in any way, which can lead to not having any kind of romantic relationships at all. Not always that way. Sometimes you find that understanding partner.
Yeah.
But obviously you have a much steeper hill to climb.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna be upset. It's like, okay, I don't get to be a grandma, but also you don't even get to bring me a cool gay son-in-law to hang out with and have and parties with. Like,
yeah.
What fucking good are you?
So let's continue because we'll get to the funny part for me. I was aware of the logistics of the letter brackets, said Brandt, as well as coming out. It needs to explain what asexuality feels like because a lot of people can't imagine it, and it makes perfect sense to me, especially because I'm also autistic.
You just told us everything we need to know, and now we don't have to read your book. Good night, everybody. I know the day just started. Go back to bed.
I told you.
Oh yeah, it's definitely sorry guys, I didn't know.
Oh no, perfect.
Grit your teeth so I can punch you. Oof.
Oh,
it is funny. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Also, you just know that in the 24 issue story, there's going to be 5 to 10 pages of actual action and story. The rest is the letter.
Yeah.
And explaining how he feels. Because he has autism, so it's going to be that way.
Yeah. Oh, God. You know what I'm thinking, don't you?
No.
This is since Ninja said that. Camille.
Ow! Violence isn't the answer. A few minutes earlier, you stupid adult, I'll kick your ass.
Oh, man. Whew. Anyway. Get back on track. I just like this guy's like, I wrote this because I'm autistic. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I get not understanding what it's like for someone who experiences something different from you. That has nothing to do with asexuality whatsoever. You're trying. He's trying to compare. He's literally trying to compare his autism to being asexual. Like,
I could really relate to this character because and the struggle of coming out to your family.
mm-hmm.
Oh, you're gay? No, I'm just autistic.
Oh well,
they're basically the same thing. Wait, what?
Basically, I mean, yeah, right. It's like, did you see my question? What question was it? Do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know. I think there's two ways it's going to go. One is going to go even harder, or two, they're going to quietly walk things back.
Well, if they want to sell it in China,
yeah. Bears. Violence isn't the answer. Violence is a question. The answer is yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's roll through this. While many Green Arrow fans have long interpreted Connor as asexual, Brandt said the creative team behind Think of Me wanted to make it official in DC continuity. So basically, he said, what they're saying, they're a bunch of idiots who had a fan theory, and they're just going to make the fan theory real.
Yeah, this fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I vehemently dislike these people.
Yeah. It was that extra little bit of help having the entire team be a what?
Having the entire team be asexual.
What are the odds?
So what you're saying is that they're an entire team of asexual heroes. Now, is it possible these people came together because of their asexuality, something that's very rare, or that they were all shoved into the same room because they were asexual, but for some reason were strangely insufferable about it?
It could be. It's one that sometimes like you know how some people they talk about the squeaky wheel gets the grease,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes the squeaky wheel gets grease, but it's not the grease they're expecting, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, you just got this great assignment that just came across my desk. You have to go to Siberia and document what the penguins are doing. It's a great gig, pays well. Already gone now? Yes. Whew. Yeah.
Ah, excellent. You notice how the room's already smells better? Boss, why didn't you just tell him to shower? I'm not good at conflict. No, this
this is a situation where I think they're talking about having the entire team. They're talking about the creative team, quote unquote. It really felt like it was a personal story for all of us on some level. I just like the fact that once again they're equating their autism to being asexual. I don't think those things have, you know what I mean? Like, I can't highlight what Bear says, but point out the Connor Hawk fans me shouldn't be hard. There's only 12 of them. He kind of fell into that situation, the same one that Kyle Rayner fell into for years, because he came right after quote death of that, and he was a quote replacement character for an original, so not many people liked him.
Kyle Rayner had one decent story, and it was his Aliens tie crossover.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. Him running around, fucking, shooting machine guns and fucking xenomorphs all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
That one was cool. Otherwise, I've never really cared for Kyle Rayner.
I liked Kyle Rayner the way Jeff Johns did him in when Hal Jordan returned, because he didn't erase him. He made him a part of the core.
Yeah,
and
you just go be Green Lantern over here, and we'll just pretend you don't exist and not.
No, he didn't do that.
No,
he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He didn't erase Kyle. He gave him a purpose. He gave him a reason to be, but realized that Hal Jordan's the alpha. Like, and like I said, also fuck Ron Mars. So it felt like it was a personal story for all of us on some level. The upcoming story also featured an appearance by Damian Wayne / Robin. Of course it will, because we got to sell this somehow, right? Who will both assist Hawk in his fight with the Music Meister and ground the coming out moment even further. That allowed us to make sure it becomes a permanent fixture of who the character is. I like how it can't be permanent unless you have another character there, right?
Yeah.
You notice that? Hawk appeared from 1994 Green Arrow Zero by Kelly Puckett and Jim Aparo. Hawk was largely absent from the main DC continuity from 2011 to 2021 after Queen was reintroduced as a younger character in the New 52 relaunch. Since the Infinity Frontier initiative, Hawk has since been reintroduced as the second Green Arrow. DC Pride 2022 is going to be 104 pages, one shot, featuring stories that will feature starring Poison Ivy, Jackson Hyde, Tim Drake, Superman, and more. And when they say Superman, they mean John Kent, not the real Superman. DC recently announced that Kevin Conroy, who voiced Batman as Bruce Wayne in Batman animated series and the new Bench Batman, is creating one of the stories, Finding Batman, along with Jay Bone from the anthology. DC Pride will also feature an introduction by Supergirl star Nicole Maines, who played Ian Null / Dreamer in the CW series. I don't know who any of these people are.
Now, Kevin Conroy doing a story for it is interesting because it can just the title "Finding Batman."
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a bait and switch. Like, Oh my God, Kevin Conroy's going to write gay Batman? No, probably just Batman's being Batman, and oh, you're gay. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, where's the Joker?
Yeah.
You're gonna find out that Batman beats up on people equally, regardless of their sexuality, if they work for criminals.
Yeah.
Because he's Batman.
Right. It's once again one of those situations where we got to insert our own life and stuff. Like we can't afford therapy, so we write these stories as our therapy. Like, no, you need to go to therapy. You're working, aren't you? Get the therapy.
Yeah. If I don't write about Tim Drake making out with cute boys, how are all the readers going to know that I want to make out with cute boys?
Yeah.
Who cares? I care.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's enough of that. Then we get to the other thing, because this next article, I'm guaranteed there's only two ways this is going to go.
Yeah.
Only two ways, because there's no way it can't go but one of two ways. There is no middle ground.
Uh-oh.
Right? At all.
That's bad.
I'll just let you absorb the title for a second there. There you go.
Clark, why didn't you just fly the Earth backwards and turn back time?
Yeah. But that means potentially I wouldn't have a son. Yes.
You could still have a son. You just, wait a month so you shoot a different sperm.
Now, just from the title, can't you already tell there's only two ways this story can go?
Yeah, we're gonna find out that John Kent is not really gay. He's been fucking manipulated.
No, I don't think it's anything like that. I think there's only two ways the story can go, and it's either that's true, that his boyfriend is somebody who's going to end up hurting him and is actually a villain, or Batman is a bigot.
I honestly doubt they're going to make Batman a bigot, but
this is Tom Taylor we're talking about.
Yeah, he may be willing to sacrifice the most popular character at DC, potentially one of the most popular comic characters of all time, just to sell his fan fiction about him banging Superman.
Yeah,
because remember, John Kent's boyfriend is a self-insert for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or the other kid is. One of them is a self-insert for him. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Micah made my point. Tom Taylor is kind of an asshole, so I look forward to MAGA Batman. I bet you Batman didn't get the vaccine. So, you ready to delve into this?
Let's do it.
Batman, consistently the least trusting hero on Prime Earth, is very suspicious of Jay Nakamura and tells Superman he can't trust his new boyfriend. Don't you love the contrast in this image?
That was done on purpose.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
You think? Oh, man. So,
John, you're literally the last of your species. You can't do this. You have a responsibility to what? This is gonna be really bad.
I told you.
And even if they do go the angle that Batman is the bigot, yes, but everything Batman is saying is gonna be technically correct, isn't it? It's like it's gonna be really hard to argue with Batman, but you're supposed to disagree with Batman.
They're gonna have this whole thing where he's gonna stand up to Batman. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have this whole, John Kent's gonna stand up to Batman and show his true convictions and his true love. Thank you for $2, anime guy. Can we go back to the wholesome Spy Family?
They're gonna do this bullshit that the self-insert is gonna be like, I beat Batman by standing up to him and not backing down.
Mm-hmm.
No amount of prep time could defeat our love. Like, no bullshit. Batman can defeat anything if he got enough prep time.
Mm-hmm.
Batman can beat the IRS if he beats them every year.
He probably does, honestly. So the new Superman, Jonathan Kent, may be in a relationship trouble as Batman reveals that John's boyfriend and Jay Nakamura cannot be trusted at the end of Batman, Son of Kal-El, number 10. Jay, a refugee from a tyrannical-run island nation, has been a model boyfriend since he first met John. So this revelation from Batman certainly comes as a shock. I mean, a good writer would probably roll that. Yeah. A good writer could probably roll that out, and it's like make it look like he's a goody boy and all this stuff. Although there has been some situations where you see the look on the kid's face, and like this is not a good person. You chalk it up to like just a bad artist because, come on, look at the quality we're getting in the last few years. But I have seen panels where he's like explaining something and he's really talking down to John about like you could do more than you do. You need to be more proactive, and that's why we're going to go. We're going to go hold up signs and protest about climate change instead of you could, which makes no sense because like I said, was it a few months ago? Turn mighty rivers, and freeze breath could literally solve all the problems if he wanted to.
Why aren't you using unstoppable an absolute force to make the change that needs to be made?
Right.
This is him turning him into Injustice Superman. You're going to do the things I want you to do because I'm going to make you or else.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do about it? Nothing.
Yeah. Jay Nakamura hails from Gamora Island. They had to add another R or they get sued.
Wait.
Hmm?
The gay person is from Gamora.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
No.
I just took my glasses off and rubbing my. Hold on. You know what? Gotta do it. Hold on. Gotta do it. Courtroom Optimus. Let's go.
Frick yeah.
We're going to court with this one, boys.
Like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Like Sodom and Gomorrah.
John Kent turned his back on Batman and was turned into a pillar of salt.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to pass judgment on this one today. What do you think?
Yeah. I don't think it's the first time you really played with the courtroom scene.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking
about. At least on this stream.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't play around while I'm doing stuff.
I'm not playing around with anything but this behemoth typhoon. This behemoth typhoon. Mm-hmm. And this behemoth typhoon.
Mm-hmm. It's funny I can do that. Like, woo, woo, woo. Yeah. So anyway, back to the article. I had to bust out the virtual camera. Isn't that terrible?
Absolutely.
Lord have mercy. Okay, anyway. So Jay Nakamura hails from Butt Sex Island.
Lot. Send out your two beautiful friends. We wish to have engage in intercourse with them against their will, if necessary. You can bang my daughters. That is very cool. We appreciate that, and we may do that later. But we do want to have sex with your two attractive friends first.
Yeah. I can't.
Bible stories, man.
I cannot believe that you say. Like I said, I don't. 9 times out of 10, I read the thing, and I say, "Oh, this would be a cool thing to watch, read for a thing," but don't really get down into the article.
Oh no, it always gets worse.
Yeah. Hey, a little known nation in the Pacific Island. In the Pacific Island, there's one, and it's inside that. Do you know that?
Yeah, Pacific Island.
Yeah, just one singular island. Okay, anyway. This is just, but that's just screen rant, not knowing how to edit articles. Anyway, where his mother, Sarah Nakamura, was democratically elected president before the current president, the mad scientist Henry Bendix, forced himself into power. Jay's heroic origin started with him escaping the clutches of President Bendix. Bendix?
I don't know, man. This is.
But not until after he experimented on Jay, turning him into a post-human with the impressive power of intangibility, and now works as the head of The Truth, an underground investigative news site dedicated to exposing Bendix as the villain that he is. They are literally trying to make him Lois.
Yeah.
And also as somebody pointed out, they made him intangible, like he can never be hurt.
So he can't ever be kidnapped. He can't ever be used as a hostage. This is. He's a Mary Sue.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha ha! You can't touch me! Ha 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 ha! I don't know, man. Being an intangible, but an intangible boyfriend, it would be a good angle. If you're going to reveal that they're actually an abuser. He's like, no, I can't be hurt, and that's why I'm abusive.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still, what the fuck are you doing?
There's nothing more heroic than running away from your problems.
Worked for Shinji. Oh wait, no, it didn't.
Yeah. Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah, post-human. Dedicated exposing him for the villain that he is. Superman, son of Kal-El, number 10, written by literal Tom Taylor and Cian Tormey, and art by Cian Tormey. Follows Superman as he deals with the fallout of President Bendix framing John for the murder of one of his Gamorrean Corps superheroes, with Jay continuing to play the role of supportive and helpful boyfriend. With the help of John's mother, Lois Lane, and a fake lasso of truth, Lex Luthor backs down from his accusations of Superman being a murderer, but in doing so, Lois and John both put a huge target on their backs. In an emotional and moving scene, made all the more intense by Batman's later reveal, John finally comes out to his mom, Lois, who is, of course, incredibly loving and accepting of him. However, right after the beautiful moment of acceptance, Batman barges into Lois's house, demanding that she and John relocate for their safety, but very deliberately not inviting Jay to the Justice League safe house. You cannot trust Jay. That sounds like something Batman would do, right?
Yeah. But also, let's be real here. He's intangible. He's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if somebody firebombed the place, he'll just turn intangible and walk through it. He's unharmed. Look, poof, done.
Mm-hmm.
Like
there was a earlier issue where I think they were at the farm. I don't know why they were at the farm, but they were at the farm and visiting, Ma Kent, right? And apparently somebody firebombed the place, and he, John was upset because he says, "Oh God, he's intangible. I can't rescue him." He's like, "Yeah, but he's intangible. You don't need to rescue him." Right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so Superman is reasonably quite confused and tries to get Batman to bring Jay to the safe house, but Bruce is very insistent that it just be Lois and John. Since Jay is a very mature young man, he doesn't argue with Batman. Wait a second. Did they mean John or they? I think they meant John, didn't they?
I think so too.
Because it's one thing I've learned in all the years that I've watched DC, read DC, you don't argue with Batman.
Well, Batman's if Batman's telling you something, he's probably right because Batman always knows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm willing to bet while Darkseid was looking for the anti-life equation, Batman like, I got that right here.
Yeah.
I've had it the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I use it to balance my fucking table. I could buy a new table, but I didn't get this rich by spending on everything. But all these toys you have, you literally spent on everything. Toys cost money.
All right, here we go. Let's continue here. Okay, Jen. Okay, he says, very mature young man. He doesn't argue with Batman. As the mother and son get onto Batman's bat plane, John once again questions why Jay is not allowed, before Bruce interrupts him and says, I know where he comes from, and I know who he's working for. You cannot trust Jay Nakamura. John looks incredibly shocked, as does Lois. And this is even more surprising because Bruce's son, Damian Wayne, who has an incredibly perceptive mind, just like his father, met Jay and immediately approved of the relationship with his best friend, John.
That tells me that Jay has mental powers.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be like an Iceman and Jean Grey, where it's like, no, John, you're not gay. Jay just wanted to get close to you, and he wanted some super pussy.
Somebody said, what if his hair is pink kryptonite? Because pink kryptonite is a thing.
Yeah.
So... Anyway, okay, blah, 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 okay. And plus, here's the thing. Damian is also young, so he wouldn't be as perceptive as Bruce is anyway, right?
Damian's probably never run into somebody that's willing to use mental powers to get somebody to do what they want or use sex to get what they want.
Yeah, exactly like Micah said. Damian Wayne is perceptive. Isn't Damian Wayne's the usual thing? It's like, I want to kill them. No, you can't kill them. Oh, okay.
But also he gets tricked sometimes, like in Court of Owls.
Yeah.
Damian, I'm your uncle. Cool.
Combines made me trick, bro. Yeah, Court of Owls made me trick, bro. I'm sorry.
He said I was right to want to kill people if it was in the name of justice, so I just signed up with him. I didn't know it was going to turn out so bad.
Yeah. Okay, where were we? Okay. Batman is clearly implying that the truth is somehow a front, and that either Jay is working for President Bendix himself or is working for a more radical anti-Bendix group that could put him at odds with Superman's responsibilities. Bruce is a character who is famous for not trusting people to a paranoid degree, but he also respects and loves the Kent family. So it is doubtful that he would throw an accusation like this about John's boyfriend without some solid evidence.
Yeah.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
Name me a time where Batman has said, you can't trust this person, and he's been wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, anytime Batman has ever said, don't do the thing, he's always been right.
Okay, let me see here. Still can't get over this. This dude can become intangible. He can literally walk through everything, phases his hand through his enemy's internal organs and kill them with the average workday. But instead, he runs away and becomes a BuzzFeed journal. WTF for comics now.
That's probably where we're going to find out that he's actually an assassin.
Yeah.
And he was probably sent there to get Superman on their side, or at the very least, keep Superman from interfering in the internal conflict. But the entire thing was
it might have been a situation literally where they found out the real Superman had to go from Earth, so they know John is like the one taking care of Earth now.
And as he end up being young, is easily susceptible to manipulation.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, perfect, right? Like,
yeah.
Thankfully, one thing readers know is that Batman does not dislike Jay because of his sexuality or his relationship with John. Oh God, see, they're already. You see what I'm saying?
Batman doesn't hate Jay because he's gay. He hates Jay because he's secretly an assassin plotting to murder John Kent or some shit.
Yeah.
Or, no, he's actually committed these atrocities. I have a dossier for you. Here's a little bit of light reading for the trip we're about to take.
Say, oh yeah, you know those murders you were framed for? Yeah, he did those. What?
How do you think you got framed for him? He set that up too.
Yeah.
Oh, you think your boyfriend loves you? He does love you as a patsy.
Mm-hmm. He's been quite accepting of Tim Drake coming out as bisexual, but is very concerned that he thinks Jay is hiding something and cannot be trusted. John and Jay's relationship growth has been really beautiful to see. No, it hasn't. It's actually been super cringe because it's forced and it makes no sense.
Also keeps trying to get John Kent to do things that no, Superman doesn't do these things.
Yeah. And they seem like such a great match for each other. No, they don't. So hopefully there will be a way for the two to reconcile whatever secrets Batman knows. I love he might actually be an assassin. He might actually have framed you for the murders of those people. He may, I'm just going by what I've read in this article, what we know so far, right? There's a lot of possibilities here of things he could have done that there's a reason why you can't trust him. Oh, I hope they can get past that because I really want this gay relationship to continue.
I wish they hadn't done this. No real good has come from this story.
It hasn't. And it's been all self-insert bullshit, right?
When Super Sons was a thing, Super Sons was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't great, like compared to like some of the older stories, but it had potential. It was going places. Like, okay, here's something that people can relate to. Here's the sons of the two biggest superheroes in the world, and they're just having fucking adventures.
Yeah. Hey, Schnitzel. Good to see you, buddy.
What up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this reeks of damn control, Micah says. Let's see what Bear says. I also hope it's because Batman is a bigot. I might start buying Batman comics again if that's the case.
Batman, more like Based Man.
More like red-pilled man.
Alfred, prep the based wing. You mean the bat wing? You heard me.
That's funny. But yeah, from everything, I haven't read Super because, like I said, I ain't read mainstream comics in any length in a long time. But I heard good things about Super Sons. But yeah, I think, like I said, I think they're heading for a reckoning. And
they're not going to be able to hide this much longer. And the fact that,
wait a second. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Watching you. And happy birthday, Schnitzel, by the way.
We got another birthday today.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother. Hope you have a great day. Got another $5 from Mr. Anime Guy. Thank you, sir. Damian Wayne was a killer because his father is Ra's al Ghul. Oh, okay. Sorry, misspelled it. Who I don't know, taught his grandson to be a killer. Yeah, he did. It's Raz, R-A-S-A-L, Ghul.
It's spelled Ra's al Ghul, but it is pronounced Raish.
Yeah, it's R-A-S space A-L. Is it G-H-U-L?
I think it was like G-U-U-L. I can't remember.
Anyway, yeah, you pronounce it Raish al Ghul. That's how you would say it. Yeah. But anyway, we solved that. There you go. Yellow Lantern said it for you. There you go. That's how you spell it. I thought it was G-H-U-L.
This is Al Ghul. You may know my friend Ra. This is Ra's al Ghul, not Kevin's Al Ghul. They're two different people. Very different.
Yeah. The reason the kid's named Damien, so he could be an assassin, Ra's al Ghul, chicken and barbecue. So that was like I said, I gave you a double whammy for gay stuff today. I know you would appreciate that.
Yep.
So you know what part of our show it is now, don't you?
Yay, it's time
The
for
listicles. Yay, I know you love these. I have not read this one at all. I wanted to be as surprised as you are. I know this is going to be full of cringe.
Yeah,
there you go.
Always surprising. Oh.
So should we read this or should I play with Gold Lewis a little more?
I play with Gold Lewis a little more.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Yeah. Woo. Oh, go behind the Peregrine poster. Oh, what are you doing back there, big boy? Oh.
Come on down to Ra's al Ghul Barbecue off Route 66, right next to Walker Toyota.
Ra's Barbecue and foot massage.
Body massage. Oh, body massage.
Let's see. What's this? Can you kill me, please, or Jesus, please come. I don't want to be here anymore. Jesus, take the wheel, right?
If Jesus take the wheel, anytime now, Jesus, we're going in a ditch. Someone take the wheel, please.
Get us out of here. Because what I'm going to say is, it's going to be about, quote, problematic stuff. You know it is.
Yeah.
You know it is. Fans eager to dive into Spider-Man's back catalog might find some surprises, for better or worse.
One of these is going to be that in the very first issue in Parker's origin, Parker lamented that he was going to show those bullies one day.
Yeah, it might be in here. It'll be interesting.
Like that's a school shooter's mentality. Like, no, at the time it was just like, one day they're going to work for me and I'm going to fucking crush them and get back at them that way because I'm smart and they're the jocks.
Yeah.
I'm going to get mine one of these days because they peaked in high school and I've only just begun.
Right.
Because that's what every, nerd told themselves because not always, but it often proved to be true.
All right, well, let's get into this one. Okay, let's see. Stan Lee of Stage Zepco brought Spider-Man to the comic stands in 1962 with the release of Amazing Fantasy 15. 60 years and well over 1,000 comics later, including titles like Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Web, and more, Spider-Man remains one of the most popular comic book characters and Marvel's most recognizable hero. The success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe only increased the character's popularity, bringing in new readers with each film's release. However, fans who picked up early Spider-Man comics for the first time, or fans wanting to reread them, should know that they are reading about a very different Spidey universe from a very different comic book era. Old Spider-Man comics are definitely unique, for better or worse. I told you. A
lot of violence against women, Gwen Stacy. It's going to be on the list, I'm telling you.
All right, here we go. Yep, there you go. Peter Parker could be a bit of a jerk sometimes. Come on, fight me. Come and fight, Chicken Parker. I'll pull my punch as much as I can now. He doesn't really realize that to me. He seems like he's moving in slow motion. There, I put only the smallest fraction of my power into that blow. Holy cow, did you see this? I'm not sure. It happened so fast. It was like a blur to me.
That's not Peter being a jerk. That's Peter. For some reason, it seems like he's been coaxed into a boxing match he didn't want to be in, and he's trying not to fucking Superboy Prime this guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to punch this guy's head off.
Yeah. Fans who grew up watching modern Spider-Man, who may be unfamiliar with his classic comic book roots, see Peter as a timid, soft-spoken nerd. While the Peter Parker of the Silver Age comics does possess some of those qualities, he's much more hot-headed and temperamental. Peter is often very dismissive towards his classmates, even lashes out at his friends when he's in a crisis. For every insult Flash Thompson throws his way, Peter throws one back.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, he does. Like once he got that confidence, he's like, I ain't got to listen to Flash Thompson.
Yeah, who the fuck is Flash Thompson? I'm motherfucking Spider-Man. Yeah. I could rip this motherfucker in half if I wanted to, but no, that would be wrong.
Yeah.
But I could.
Mm-hmm. In Amazing Spider-Man 8, Peter even puts a bit of his spider string into a punch during a boxing match with Flash, knocking him out of the ring. He literally, did you read the panel that you freaking took this from? He literally says, I'm only using the smallest fraction of his power, just so he can knock him out.
Yeah, this is the lowest he can go.
Yeah. He said, if I kill him, that would be bad. As Bear says.
Yeah.
Flash Thompson bullied Parker for years. Fuck you,
Yeah, the fact that, Peter didn't just straight murk him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, well, let me two-parter. Oh, so Peter Parker is an actual fucking human instead of a Tom Taylor caricature? Perish the thought.
Yeah, he's a person instead of, well, this is how people act, right?
Well, yeah, it's like, oh no, Peter is written like a true everyman, I have seen people in real life, big, strong people, and because here's the thing, there's some people, for some reason, there's this thing where sometimes the littlest guy in class tries to pick on the biggest guy in class.
Huh?
Because usually the biggest guy in class is not a bully. He's just trying to do his work. He's trying to get things done, right?
Yeah, very rarely is the big guy in class a bully.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, the reason they're not doing that is because they don't want to hurt nobody, So when you got the littlest guy in class trying to pick on the biggest guy in class, eventually big guy's not going to is had enough, and guess what he's going to do? Make the little guy realize he's a little guy. I like this. A teenager is hot-headed and temperamental. No, you don't say. Yep, Schnitzel put it best. Yeah, he's right. This is why I hate mainstream news outlets. This is exactly why. I think what bothers me about this is this counts as an article for these people, and they get paid to do it. Are you ready for number 9?
Let's do it.
Plots were relatable, but usually simplistic.
Oh, absolutely, because, target audience of 5 to 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kids, children, Yeah,
remember when comics were for kids, but were at least complex enough that adults could read them too.
Yeah,
as opposed to it's all the comics are written for 40 and 50 somethings.
Yeah.
By 20 somethings.
Yeah. Once again, how is this a criticism? Why is this a bad thing? I mean, yeah, that's exactly why.
Next item. I don't even want to go over this one. This is stupid.
We need to go over this one, though. For young comic readers in the 1960s, once again, young comic book readers, they answered their own question. One of the most alluring aspects of making Spider-Man was the man beneath the mask. Most superheroes were adults. Spider-Man was a high school kid who readers envisioned themselves as. Stan Lee's goal was to make a relatable superhero, and while Peter often dealt with real-world issues like bills and healthcare, his early comic book adventures were fairly simplistic. Each issue followed a familiar formula of Spider-Man battling a villain while juggling an aspect of his social life. These stories were enjoyable, but Spider-Man comics would become much more complex in the future. To its detriment, I would argue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he hasn't had any good stories in a long time.
No.
And he's not only had bad stories, but like notoriously bad stories. I mean,
mm-hmm.
The stories that I've read in recent years have all been Spider-Verse stories. Like, okay, how do we fix Spider-Man? Let's bring in some better Spider-Men.
Yeah. Let's bring in other spider people, Because
yeah.
Peter is just not interesting anymore.
And even,
whose fault is that?
Even Penny Parker's weird spider future where what if Spider-Man but also Evangelion?
Yeah.
It's like Yes, but that's rather intriguing. Continue with that.
Yeah.
It's far more interesting than what they're doing with Peter Parker anymore.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Okay, so blah blah blah. Okay, let's see what number 8 is. They were rarely mowed through story arcs. Good.
Silver Age.
Y'all are making the point. This is good stuff. I mean, these are good points. What are you talking about?
Silver Age almost never had multi-issue story arcs. If they did, they were big stories.
Yeah.
The big long form arcs didn't really start catching on until Bronze Age and later.
Yep. Yeah, everybody like Motto agrees. Are you telling me that life gets more complex when you become an adult? Who would have guessed?
What? You mean I have to pay bills and taxes?
And I gotta fight the vulture? Ah, dang.
Can I move back in with Aunt May? Aunt May would like that, but then I can't bring over women and have sex.
By the way, this is clearly from the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Many early Spider-Man comic storylines began and ended in one issue, save for the rare exception like the Master Planner arc. The lack of multi-story arcs is more a product of the times and less the fault of Spidey's creative team. Comic books just didn't feature grand-scale arcs and crossover events like Secret Wars and Crisis on Infinite Earths popularized them, and it made them a yearly thing that destroyed comics, in my opinion. Plot threads would carry over from issue to issue, like Peter's romantic situations or Aunt May's various illnesses, but no 6-issue arcs like The Last Remains or a saga like the Clone Saga existed in early Spider. This is a good thing.
Yeah, aren't those like both really bad? Like I know the Clone Saga is fucking awful.
Yeah,
but I haven't read Last Remains.
I can't believe they brought the Clone Saga up as like something that we should shoot for.
I don't think this person actually read the Clone Saga or read about it. They just know of it.
There were no costume variations. Once again,
Silver Age.
Yeah, there was only one costume.
Also, once you achieve perfection, why go anywhere else?
I will be totally honest with you. If they only ever had the regular Spider-Man costume and the Venom, the Venom symbiote costume, that's all I would ever need. I don't need any more.
Also, fat spider on the back. Big fat red spider on the back.
Yeah. Or in contrast, a big white spider on the front. If it's black costume,
Yeah.
Spider-Man has worn many alternate costumes over the course of his crime-fighting career. Proof of this can be found in Spider-Man, the PS4, PS5 game, or any other Spider-Man game that came out since the 90s.
Yeah, I remember Spider-Man for Dreamcast having so many alternate Spider-Man costumes.
Basically every costume that he ever wore. They had the black suit. They had the normal suit. They had the Ben Reilly suit.
Spider, yeah.
They even had the the Amazing Bagman.
I remember that.
The Fantastic Four, where he had the Fantastic Four suit with a paper bag over his face. That was great. They had, I think they even had the Captain Universe Batman, Captain Universe suit too, didn't they?
Maybe, because I know I spent a long time finding comic book covers.
Yeah,
those were cool.
Yeah, you should play that for a stream one day.
I should. I have the Dreamcast version.
Yeah.
So that would be the best version because came out on PS1, Dreamcast, and N64.
Yeah, but the Dreamcast would be the best one. They actually gave him fingers.
Oh yeah.
I think the cutscenes were the same because they couldn't, change the cutscenes, but they were in better fidelity.
N64 had very few cutscenes. A lot of text there because of less memory.
Oh yeah. I was talking about from the PlayStation 1 to the Dreamcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the cutscenes were in better fidelity. They looked better, but they were still simplistic.
Oh, definitely.
Anyway, Ben Reilly wore his Scarlet Spider suit and an altered Spidey suit. About a dozen new suits were introduced during Dan Slott's run, including the End of the Earth suit and the Future Foundation suit and the Stealth suit. But for the first 20 years of publication, Spider-Man wore his classic red and blues with the slight modification here and there, like webbed underarms. Fans looking for a suit variety may grow tired of his classic suit for so many straight issues. There's a reason why it's a classic suit.
I really like to read Spider-Man, but the fact that his costume doesn't change from day to day, like I change clothes from day to day, really off-putting.
Yeah.
I want some Spidey variety, okay? I want a Spidey fashion show arc where Spidey just goes to a fashion show and there's just like 10 or 20 different models modeling different variations of his costume that he can just mix and match and just go crazy depending on how he feels that day. Because that's how I start my day.
Yeah.
I have these outfits, these complete ensembles, but sometimes I just like to mix and match. Jeans don't go with dress loafers, but I'm still going to do it.
But yeah, Michael makes a good point. I remember that game. Venom talked a ton of shit. It was great. Yeah, there was literally my favorite one was when Venom pops up like Spidey's like web slinging across the city because he's trying to find Mary Jane. I think he had just talked to Human Torch, and he was really upset. He said, I got to find her, and it's fucking Venom comes up behind him. And he goes, wah wah wah, what a wuss. This listicle is from Screen Rant, boss. Anyway, so here's number 6. Spider-Man's poses were simpler and more rigid.
As was all art at the time.
Yeah. I like how we're just basically trying to dog on Ditko and John Romita Sr., right?
Oh, yeah. Silver Age, am I right?
Right. Like, oh, look at this crap. Right?
Can you believe that, while Spider-Man was doing this rigid pose, Lex Luthor was sending Superman back in time with a couple of tin cans, a little bit of orange juice, and a flashlight with a coil spring. I mean, how does that even work?
Anyway. Steve Ditko and John Romita Sr. set a high bar for the future of Spider-Man artists. Ditko was a master of the human form and drew some of the most memorable Spider-Man panels of all time, like the famous lifting sequence in 80 Spider-Man 33. Romita humanized the characters and established the look of Spider-Man's world for decades. However, the artists that followed added their own spin to the wall-crawler style. Artists like Todd McFarlane, Humberto Ramos, and John Romita Jr. drew Spidey in exaggerated poses and emphasized his agility. The early Spider-Man books featured swinging and fighting poses that were more tame and rigid than what would come. Yeah, because art evolved. That's all.
Yeah, you can also sit there and say, no, this is a guy doing swinging.
Yeah.
Later on, they're like, no, we're drawing cool poses and we're gonna make this guy bend in these shapes, which that makes sense.
Yeah, which is also cool.
That's how fucking Obari got hit, so big. It's not that these are poses that this thing can make. It's that I want to draw a thing in this pose and then I'll make it work in post.
Yeah. All right, let's see number 5. The supporting cast was much smaller.
No. I've heard so far. There's been nothing of substance here. This has just been Silver Age. Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much. Will Smith has he's weighed in on this situation.
Keep Ditko's name out of your fucking mouth. I can't believe Greg just came up here and slapped the shit out of me.
Andrew Peter are like, who's this cab on the couch with us?
Damn, dog.
Yeah. This listicle is about basically things that didn't quote age well with Spider-Man. Anyway, let's read it. Spider-Man supporting cast has always been large. In high school, wait.
You've already contradicted yourself. Spider-Man's always had a lot of people in his life, but not as many people as he had, 50 years later.
In high school, Peter knew Flash, Liz, Betty, Jonah, Aunt May, and more. In college, the book introduced Harry, Gwen, Mary Jane. There was never a shortage of friends and adversaries, and in and out of costume, to flesh out Spider-Man's world. Having said that, naturally, Spider-Man's original cast was much smaller than one he has now. For decades, Peter was the only webhead. Now, oh god, they're counting the new Spider people.
There's Ben Reilly, a clone of him.
There's Miles Morales, that guy from another universe. Jessica Drew, who's been around for a long time, and Silk. I don't even know who that is.
I think she was an Asian with the spider powers.
Oh, okay.
And she's kind of like ninja-ish. I've seen a picture of her, but I know next to nothing else about her.
Eva Boomerang entered Spider-Man's inner circle. Peter's world is made better by having interesting characters to share the panels with. Okay, whatever. Many deep characters started very two-dimensional. It always goes back Silver Age, guys, right? Like, remember how
old things are old, and you're gonna be disappointed. Like, no, because those Silver Age collections still always sell really, really well.
Yeah. There you go. Michael, so there's Miles Morales, who is Peter Parker but black, and there's Silk, who is a slut.
Ah.
All right, let's try to figure this up. Many members of the supporting cast, like Peter himself, grew and evolved over 60 years of publications. For many more accustomed to how the character is at present, it can be a little jarring to go back and read earlier versions of the character. Until he became Peter's roommate and took over the family business, Harry Osborn was very much a background character. MJ is Peter's closest confidant and ally, but she used to be more concerned with parties and public image. Even villains like Doc Ock changed so much over the years. After reading his development in Superior Spider-Man, it can be strange to go back in time when all he craved was world domination. Like, I'm not gonna go comment on like fucking things that Dan Slott wrote, but that was one of the problems. It's guys, I'm gonna tell you all this. I know it's shocking. I'm gonna throw this out there. It's okay for villains to be villains.
Sometimes a motherfucker just wants to turn people into dinosaurs, and it's not any deeper than that.
Exactly.
Why are you trying to turn everyone into dinosaurs? You could cure cancer. I just want to turn people into dinosaurs. Why are you fucking busting my balls over this?
Yeah, leave me alone, man. Dang. Okay, number 3. Peter graduated from high school in issue 28. Okay.
So fucking what?
Yeah. Many fans will say that their favorite era of Spider-Man book is the high school era, but Peter only attended high school for the first 28 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. The films, TV series like Spectacular Spider-Man, and comics like Ultimate Spider-Man explored characters' high school years and much more than the early comics did. Unfortunately, Peter Parker grew up very fast. Comic creators didn't quite realize how lasting these characters would become, so the idea of them keeping one age forever possibly seemed strange to them. As a result, Peter flew through high school but attended college for 13 real-life years. So
what?
Yeah. Yeah. Peaker Parker. Yeah, and once again, Bears makes a good point. Sometimes people are just dickheads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was no malice, there was no ulterior motive, there was no, I have to keep you down because X reasons. Just wanted to make people dinosaurs.
Yeah. Peter graduated from high school in issue 28. Someone forgot to tell Joe Quesada's dumb fat face.
Smooth.
Okay, here we go. Number 2. Many early reveals have been recreated in film.
I don't even think we should dignify this one.
I'm just going to go past this one. Screw this. What's number 1? There was less reliance on the art to tell the story. What? It's a comic book.
It was a comic book for kids, and this was using Marvel methods, so sometimes things had to be spelled out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was still show don't tell.
Yeah.
But we got shit to do. We got to wrap this up in 24 pages. And sometimes we have to wrap this up in 12 pages because you got a Johnny Storm, Fantastic Four backup story.
Exactly. Another part of the comic industry is it was a time of over reliance on narration. The medium of comics is so unique because it blends words and pictures, creating sequential storytelling. In other words, the art, if done right, is more than capable of guiding the reader through the story. In the early Spider-Man comics, Lee and company used narration a lot. It can be a good thing. Being inside the protagonist's head connects readers to them. But too often, the narration is used to describe actions that the art could have and sometimes did. The overuse of narration was distracting and took away from the art. You'll find fewer words and more splash pages in modern comics, letting characters' actions on art drive the story. That's not necessarily a good thing. Not always, right? Like, this is a dumb list. I knew when I picked it, I knew it was going to be dumb.
Like, this is literally a thing that does not need to exist. This is literally somebody going, here's 10 reasons why old things are old, and you might not like them because they're old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why the listicle thing. I do this because it is cringe and it's terrible, and that's why I do things like that. It's good for entertainment, So
I agree with Theodore. No less listicles need to exist ever.
I agree. I agree. I agree. But yeah, that's the listicle for today, and that's pretty much our show for today. I think it was pretty good. Thank you for everybody who showed up. I had a good time.
Absolutely. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for continuing to support us.
Yep. Are you going to stream later today, or are you going to?
Yeah, I'm gonna about 5 o'clock. We're gonna play Mercenaries finally.
Oh, nice. So you're gonna like literally be doing nukes and shit.
Yep. We're gonna be tearing up South Korea.
Finally.
Right.
Fertile ground for imperialism, right?
Absolutely. We just got to find the right kind of imperialism because there's Chinese faction, Russian faction, South Korean faction, the A-N, because apparently UN was trademarked.
Wasn't it A-N? That's not what they used in Street Fighter?
It is. or maybe they were just a real big fan of, the Street Fighter movie.
I just want to pretend that the Mercenaries and the movie Street Fighter exist in the same universe.
We're sending this mercenary in there, and they've got to clean shit up before Guile shows up and punches the dictator.
Oh no, not Colonel Guile.
The war is good news, everyone. I've been told the war is over. We can go home. The dictator, Bison is still out there killing our friends, but we can go home. These people are still suffering, but we can go home. But I'm going to get into that boat, and I'm going to go up the river, and I am going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard, the next 10 assholes are going to feel it. Now, who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me?
I love it. I love it. That's great. Yeah. Meanwhile, Street Fighter, they already killed Bison in Street Fighter 5. Yeah. You know what? I've learned for a long time ago, never count Bison out.
Yeah, Bison's like Geese Howard.
Yeah. Also, on top of that, they already had like the kind of they've kind of hinted that Rose is going to go back in time and try to change shit. So don't be surprised.
or we're gonna get Evil Ken instead of Evil Ryu.
Yeah. And then remember Dr. He was the stuff. He did stuff for fun, Petty Revenge, and Phineas and Ferb show. Anyone? Just me? Okay. No, I remember. But I did watch about that. Yeah.
He made that machine that would make a rainstorm on a picnic because a girl turned him down when he was in high school.
Yep.
And it turned out she was actually kind of okay with him.
Yeah.
And she thought it was kind of cool now, but then she found out he was going to be a douche to her because of kid shit. That I was like, yeah, I don't want to hang out with you now.
Yeah. But anyway, that was a good show. I really appreciate it. And we're going to be, we should have an outro coming up this week. But until then, Xavier, you know it's coming.
Yeah, it boils my blood already thinking about it.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Y'all have a good day. Take care of yourself.